Hi. It's been a while. Um, I haven't really been saying a whole lot because I've been working constantly, but I was doing like a yearly resolution thing. So I figured I could do that probably a little early because last year I'm pretty sure I didn't do it until like January. Hoping to get it done a little bit sooner this year because, a lot has happened. A lot. um, Ups and downs. But what I can say is all the ridiculous stuff that was happening last year, for the most part, like there's been a couple incidences with whatever, but it has mostly stopped, which is great. That's exactly what we wanted. It's what we wanted the whole time. I wish it could have been that way, just the whole time. Anyway, um, most of my year has just been me working and learning how to manage things better, um, manage my life better, do better at my job. Like, I put a lot of work and effort into what I do outside of my house. Um, there's a lot of stuff I never talked about that I kind of want to talk about in this video just because part of it is because I'm like healed from it now and I feel a lot better talking about things like this because I'm distant from it rather than still being in a group of people where one of the people who did the thing that I'm going to talk about, I had to like kind of play nice and just pretend it never happened. And that was kind of unhealthy for my healing, which is why I separated well, it's one of many reasons. It's one of many reasons I separated myself from a group of people and just kind of stopped talking to them all. Um, One thing that I can say personally is that uh, I got very distant from people, um, especially men, because a lot of my male friends, during a time that I was trying to heal and like not focus on that, it seemed like the only thing they cared about was that. And there is one friend I'm talking about who I am absolutely not referring to when I'm talking about any of these men. This friend loved and cared about me as an individual, and I know that he did. And I loved and cared about him too, and he was a very special friend to me. He often like did things to like during my like biggest depressions, he was like helping me by bringing me food and stuff like that, and he was always incredible to me. However, this person did have feelings for me, and it didn't feel healthy bringing that friendship into this new relationship. But the reason I'm pointing this person out in particular is because he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything wrong. Like obviously he had feelings for me and I just wanted to be friends, but he didn't do anything that ever made me uncomfortable. So, I am not talking about that person in this video. Um I had a few instances over the course of like I want to say 4 or 5 years where multiple of my male friends were doing very creepy things to me. Um, and it affected me, right? It affected me because a lot of these people were in my life in other areas where it'll be like a fuck. One of the people that like I had a serious problem with being creepy was my best friend's boyfriend, who I lived with. And I mean, it was creepy enough for like he was setting up his phone on the fireplace to catch videos of me walking through the house in a towel to go shower and stuff like that. And it made me feel very unsafe knowing that I lived with that person and no one said anything to me about that. Like one thing I want to talk about is like the reason I totally disassociated myself from anything like that is because of the fetishism, man. Like it's like people don't even see me as like a human being like half the time, and it's disgusting. And I am repulsed by it. I feel like I had a hard time admitting that for the longest time because like I didn't want to be mean and I didn't want to like be aggressive or like make other people uncomfortable because they were part of like friend groups of mine or like they were dating somebody I knew or like I didn't want to cause a problem, so I never said anything. And one of these instances, I had a group of friends that we would play games online, and in this group of friends, there was a lot of people that I went to high school with. And I felt relatively comfortable and safe around these people. There was one who I had known the longest, who I dated in high school, never made me feel uncomfortable. There was one friend who I thought was actually just my friend. And I went up and saw him at the town that he lived in, and my intention wasn't to do anything like that. But part of the reason I distanced myself from this group of people is because this person, I'm not even gonna say, like, I for the longest time blamed myself about, like, the fact that any of this happened, which is why, like, I never talked about it. I never talked about it. Even to him, I never brought it up, and I still don't intend to, because I don't want to have this. Like, I'm just trying to heal from it. Like, I, for the most part, am, like, over it, which is, like, I can joke and laugh about it now. But it did affect me and how I dealt with, like, physical attention from people, even, like, non-sexual physical attention. Like, I went up and a thing happened. And I was so drunk that I was, like, barely intelligible. And to give you a perspective on, like, how I felt afterward, I was so drunk I could barely function. I accidentally left my phone on his counter, and I had to, like, go back up and ask for it. Because, like, I couldn't get back to my... I needed the maps to, like, get back to my house. And I felt so uncomfortable after what happened that I left when I shouldn't have been driving. But I parked a few roads down, and I sat in my car for hours until I was sober. And I don't think I processed any of that for the longest time. I was uncomfortable having to be in contact with this person, but I never said anything to him. And I never said anything to any of our friends because I didn't want to be a problem starter. But yeah, that affected me negatively for a very long time. Like, right after that, I want to say it was like a month later, I was working, I was serving at a different place, and this lady who was very nice, I'd been serving her all night, she was quite drunk, but she came up behind me and she, like, put her hands on either side of my shoulders and, like, pressed herself up against my back, and I had a panic attack. Like, I had to go in a different room because I was having, like, really bad anxiety after that. Like, I, like, literally, like, couldn't fucking breathe. And it was the only time in my life I can ever say that somebody touching me did that. You know? Like, I never had that sort of adverse reaction at all. Like, obviously, up until then, a lot of other things had happened. Like, the thing with my friend's boyfriend had already happened. I had a friend, his girlfriend messaged me and let me know that she found him with his pants down and my Facebook and my pictures up on his computer, and he was passed out drunk. And it was a friend that, like, I never thought ever saw me that way. So yeah, it's just... And then I had a friend who, like, I totally thought was, like, just a friend of mine, who I had dated in the past, but it didn't feel like that. Like, I had no interest. I was just trying to move on with my life and be myself and just enjoy people like I do, like everyone should. But he, like, confessed his love for me in a parking lot after we went out to eat with some friends. And when I didn't reciprocate, he didn't want to be friends anymore. And it said a lot to me. I was like, wow, that just shows my value to you, like, as a person, that because I don't want to date you, you totally cut me off. You know? It was just a really shitty situation. But the reason I'm mentioning all of these things is because the collective of these things was negative. Like, after a while, I just wanted to completely disconnect from people. I started dating somebody that I dated before, and I think what I realized is that I just am so tired of people objectifying me and fetishizing me. And it's like, it was constant for a while. Like, it's a lot less constant now because I just mind my own business and I don't talk to anyone. But, I just want to be me and exist in my little space away from people because they can't just appreciate other human beings as like platonic friends. And I'm realizing that that's probably just never going to be something that I have with people. I don't think people can have like actual human interactions with me. And I'm learning how to deal with that. I'm a little bit of a pushover. I always have been. Like I'm kind of people pleasery, and I'm very unlikely to say anything or like press a boundary if people are going to be bothered by it. So the best thing that I can do for myself at this point in my life is just stay away from people. So that's what I've been doing. And things have been good. I don't feel lonely at all. Like, and I've had people tell me that that's weird. But I'm not dependent on people when it comes to like my free time. I do have a few close friends. I don't see them very often because our lives are very different, but I think I did myself a massive favor by not communicating with people who were vultures. Like, they were literally just waiting for their opportunity to be able to sleep with me in some way. Like, I don't know if I give like threesome energy or whatever, but you would be shocked how many people are like, my boyfriend thinks you're really pretty, and like, we would love it if you would join us sometime. And it's like, do I really seem do I really seem like I'd be down for that? Like, I'm pretty verbal about the fact that like, as far as like romantic relationships and stuff, I just want like simple. Simple. I want to do stuff that we like to do together, and I want to talk about things that we like to talk about together, and I just want us to exist as people and appreciate each other. And I don't want to constantly have to worry about my boundaries being pushed. And the thing is that, like, I've realized that I'm such a pushover that often I will push my own boundaries because I know that they want something that I don't want. Because I'm willing to put myself at a comfort deficit so that I give people I love and care about the things that they want. And it's just a lot healthier if I am not around that. And I am really only interested in talking to people who can just, can't you just be? Like, can't you just like talk like a person, like a normal person? Like, can't you just have a conversation without having a motive? Like, but yeah, I'm discovering a lot about myself when it comes to like dealing with people like that. And being able to admit to some of the things that like actually really bothered me has been healing for me. Like, all of that stuff with that friend that I drove up to see, I have never talked about that before. I've never talked about it before. I had no intention of talking about it ever when it happened because it was like something that actually really bothered me. But being able to talk about it, like even vaguely, like I have, makes me feel a little better. Because for a long time I was kind of internalizing it and blaming myself for it, and now I'm verbalizing it. And even if it's vague and I'm not saying who it was, just talking about it and putting it into actualization is important for my healing. But yeah, I'm mostly just spending time by myself and with my cats because I love them, and playing video games. because I've always liked that. And I do like having conversations. Like every now and then, Bean and I will voice chat. Bean is like my friend who's a lot younger. He is Bibi, but we often talk on like voice chat or like through text and stuff. Um, there's a lot of people that I really love and care about that I talk to regularly who do give a fuck about me, who are not fetishizing me and trying to objectify me. And I appreciate those people from the bottom of my heart. Truly. Like, there are a couple people that I like cut out of my life because they were associated with people who were doing things like that. And it's just because it's just bad for my mental health to have to be around them, especially after something like that. And I probably stuck around for too long without saying anything. And I'm not the kind of person who will start a problem unless a problem started with me, but I will quietly go just so I don't have to be around that person anymore. Um, but yeah, my whole year has been just like a big learning experience, and there's a lot of things that I've been like processing in the background without really talking about it. Because really, when you have a lot of time with yourself, by yourself, like I have, and I have been enjoying it, it's so simple to just come home and be here with my cats and not have to worry about anybody else. Um, but yeah, having a lot of time with myself has helped me realize some of the things that, like, I probably should have put a little more effort into processing sooner. I've made a lot of really good friends this year. I have a friend named Candace who is absolutely lovely. She's married, so she's not on some hoe shit. Simple enough. I go and hang out with my friends at a house some weekends. It just depends. I haven't lately, just because the season changes are killing me. Like, I've been so tired. I think this is the first day, like, for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks that I've actually felt like kind of somewhat alive and normal. But yeah, I am interested in voice chatting. If anybody has Discord, just, I guess, comment your name. I don't know. Message me, because I'm sure some of you, like, I have friends that watch my YouTube videos who, like, are on my Facebook and stuff, so you can just, like, message me your Discord name and I'll add you. Because I like talking to people. I just don't, I don't want people to have expectations that I'm going to date them or marry them or, like, like, just relax, okay? Like, I just want to be people. It's literally that. And my whole year this year is just me learning how to fucking exist without being, like, pushed into doing things that I don't want to do, just in general, like life in general, like the expectations of society, the expectations of my mother, or like my family, or like what people think I'm supposed to be doing. I'm just kind of done doing that, and I'm gonna do whatever I want. So, yeah, if you want to play video games, let me know. That's pretty much it. Aside from that, I mean, I've almost paid off my car. Um, that's exciting. Uh, Honestly, that's like one of few things that I'm like, damn, yeah, that was really good this year, is that I've like almost got my car paid off. I've been trying to get back into painting and writing. Because I do like doing things. It's just, man, oh, that depression hit hard. There was a couple years where like I didn't do like anything just because I was like so focused on like what was going on in here. And it's like, from the outside, it probably didn't seem like I was going through a whole lot, but oh man. It was a rough few years. Like, between 2019 and now, there were a number of years that were just like total trash. And I feel like the place that I'm at now is easily the best place that I've been in, and I said that last year too. So I feel like things are getting better progressively. And yeah, I'm looking forward to what next year's gonna be like. Yeah, more cats and video games, no doubt. I've been thinking about if I wanted to sell my house um, and get a different one. Maybe go somewhere else. I don't really like living here anymore. But I also like, I don't know, like I like my house. My house is great. I don't know. I haven't really made up my mind on that or that. I had a lot of reasons that I was planning on selling and getting a different house, but now it's more or less just like maybe a change of scenery would be good. I haven't really fully decided. But yeah, I'm just I just am sitting here existing with my cats. And that's like my whole life, and I'm happy for it to be that way. I'm done letting people bother me. So I hope everybody else has had a very good year. And I'll see some of you sometimes, or at least I'll talk to you. Maybe I won't see you. I don't know. Bye.